Hey everyone, this is Mark Ryan, and Leighton Flowers just responded to a video that I made with him and Ruslan, and I thought that I would read his response and kind of just respond to it right here. But he says, "Brother, you commend me for representing Calvinism fairly," and hey, I appreciate that he calls me brother. That's pretty nice. But he says, "Then you proceed to misrepresent my position continuously." So that's how he feels. I made that video, gosh, a while ago, so I don't know exactly what he is talking about right there. Then instead of answering an argument, you accuse me of not ever really being a Calvinist, which means you question my character, which, hey, that's an ad hominem. By the way, there is a sermon on my broadcast that I reposted from when I was a Calvinist. Now, part of why Leighton Flowers is so authoritative on Calvinism and like provisionism is he would say that he used to be a Calvinist, a passionate Calvinist. And so when you assert that, hey, like God brought me out of Calvinism, and part of the reason why I'm authority on Calvinism is because I used to be one, well, there you need receipts there, in my opinion. And so I asked for a receipt there because I've heard of someone say, hey, I knew Leighton Flowers back in the day and like he was a Calvinist. You could have fooled me. You really could have fooled me. And so, hey, I thought, hey, the guy was probably telling the truth. I don't know. But I would like to see a sermon, some paper, something to prove that he was like a genuine, passionate Calvinist when he was like 20 to 30, somewhere in there. And so it sounded like Leighton Flowers was willing to offer like a sermon that he preached, I guess, during that era. When he was Calvinist. So I'll be interested in checking that out for sure. Leighton goes on to say, and I'll just quote him so I'm fair, you also accused me of not responding to James White with regard to Romans 9 on our debate, but I produced a video with timestamps showing that I actually spend more time in Romans 9 than he did. I'm happy to send you a link to any of those videos if you would like to actually see the facts before you make accusations. Anyway, I'm sure you mean well. I just hope and pray that you do more homework before you post videos in the future about positions that you're not aware of. And hey, I can appreciate Leighton there in that, hey, he's gracious and yet firm in responding to me. Hey, good. When it comes to the Romans 9, I made some statements there. But again, Leighton says that he spent more time in Romans 9 than James White. And essentially he's saying, hey, I did nothing wrong. And that's pretty good evidence of why like we won't see a second debate between Leighton Flowers and James White, in that Leighton Flowers doesn't seem he did anything wrong and felt like he was in Romans 9 more than James White, which to me, hey, that's mind-boggling. I don't see that. He ends his message saying, hey, if time permits this weekend, I may produce a response video to point out some of the most blatant inconsistencies. Maybe that will help. God bless, and I wish you well despite our theological differences. So, hey, that's very gracious from Leighton. And hey, I've got room to grow there in that sometimes my responses with others, hey, they're not as gracious. That's for sure. So it sounds like Leighton will do a response video. Hey, I welcome it. That's great. Hey, maybe I'll go look up provisionism sometime. It's got a deep, rich history of, about 20 years, I think. And so, hey, I've studied the first 1900 years of it already, church history. And so I've done my homework to a large extent already. But with that, hey, he's brother in Christ. We just have differences for sure. But hey, I just thought I'd get this out there.